Well, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to BBQ Champs Academy Live. We're going to have a great show for you tonight, and I'm looking forward to it as we have Mr. Lee Hickel with Redmule's Badass Barbecue in the house tonight. We're going to get a chance to talk about his new 2022 updates that he has made on his recipes. We've got them uploaded to his class today, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. And also, Lee has actually got a chance to start cooking again down south. As you know, a lot of him, he was on a big, huge East Coast tour last year and all up through the Midwest, cooking some KCBS competitions. And he's had a couple competitions now. The first two he's done in 2022 has been in Louisiana doing some BCA competitions. So we're going to talk to him a little bit about that experience so far and how he has done. Let us know that you are in, and we will certainly bring you up. First of all, we got Mr. Gordon. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you being here. I hope you are getting better. I saw a picture of your sinus the other day, so hopefully they can get everything fixed up on you and have a speedy recovery. Merv, we appreciate you being here tonight. You look like you cooked up some good food over the weekend, so awesome looking steaks that I saw you post. Steve, thank you for being here. Mr. Big Jim Hudgen, appreciate you being here, Jim. Things are going really good. I hope you are doing well. And Mr. Paul Wolf, appreciate you being here. Paul, congratulations, man, on an outstanding weekend, big grand champion. He says that Dallas didn't do the cooking. I'm going to question that, but I'll take his word for it. But this young girl is just absolutely phenomenal, and I'm sure she is going to be wanting to get from the steaks into the barbecue stuff next. So, but appreciate you being here, Paul, and congratulations. Hey, Mr. Nick, how are you doing, buddy? I'm sort of here. Well, yeah, I could see that. So I appreciate you being here. Monty, thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Mr. Bo Daniels, thank you both for being here tonight. Got so far about 13 folks in here. We'll give everybody a few minutes to come in, and just let us know as you come in so we can make mention of you. But like I said, I hope we're going to have a pretty good show tonight. And we've got Mr. Lee Hickel on tap. So let's see. Oh, okay. Nick's going to be going to Gilmer. Good deal. I hope you've got signed up, Nick. Make sure you have. I normally don't sign up for comps, but it looks like the Outlaw Barbecue competition they're going to have over in Gilmer, Texas, is going to be a pretty stacked field. I think they're going to cap it at 60 from what I recall. It's a $250 entry fee. If they get all 60, it's going to be a $15,000 payout because they're going to be paying 100% payback. I went to that competition last year, and it was an absolute blast. They do an excellent job at that competition in Gilmer. Good. Glad to see you already got signed up. I've already done it myself. So, Justin, appreciate you being here as well. Chuck and Vanessa, appreciate you being here. Rockin' A Grill and Supply in the house. Kevin Turner, how are you doing tonight? Got folks steadily coming in. Appreciate you being here, Kevin. John, thank you for being here. I hope things are warming up a little bit for you up there in Wisconsin. I know it's been pretty chilly. We've had some cold weather, and then all of a sudden it warms back up. It was 71 degrees here today, and then we got cold weather coming in. Man, I tell you what, just leave it in Louisiana. I promise you. If you don't like the weather, it's going to change. So let's see who else we got. Mr. John in the house tonight. Thank you for being here, John. And let's see, Merv. Smoking for Garrett is KCBS Cook-Off in Mount Carmel, September 16th and 17th. Good deal. We're going to kind of start looking at some of these competitions that's coming up. Mitch, we appreciate you being here. Thanks, Mike. I'm sure she will be in the barbecue very soon. Yeah, she probably will. Mark, we appreciate you being here. Gary, thank you for being here. We've steadily got folks coming in. And I hope everybody had a great weekend. I know there was a big football game on this weekend, so I hope your team won. It was kind of weird the way it kind of ended there. I don't think a few people liked some of the calls at the very end when they let them play, and then all of a sudden they decided to start calling some penalties. But it is what it is. And I know one thing. I saw a lot of food getting cooked. It was absolutely awesome. So many different dips and ribs and brisket and chicken wings. I must have seen 10,000 different chicken wings cooked. It was pretty neat doing that. I didn't cook anything. It was just my wife and I at the house, and she's really not into watching football. So I was like, man, if I start cooking up a bunch of stuff, it's going to be me eating all of it. So anyway, but I hope everybody had a blast and didn't gain too much weight from the Super Bowl. So Let's see who else we got. Richard here, all the way from Winder, Georgia. Appreciate you being here. Carly, we got you here tonight. Appreciate you being here. I knew I could count on Miss Caitlin. She is always here. Appreciate you being here. And Brandon, every time we're on, you're always with us. Marcio, appreciate you being here, buddy. And I think I saw you cooking up some food as well. So the world champ is with us, Mr. Terry Roan. Man, we got folks just steadily coming in. Appreciate you being here, Terry. And I do need to talk to you, so I may try to give you a call. I've got a trip I've got to make to New Orleans tomorrow, and I may give you a call when I'm on the road in the morning, Terry. So if you see me call, you'll know I'm trying to reach you. Let's see who else we got. Jason, yeah, we had him just a second ago. Heath, thank you for being here. Randy, thank you for coming in tonight. And we got another world champ in the house tonight, Miss Marissa Overson. How are you doing, Marissa? I hope things are going good and school's going well. And glad that you are with us tonight as well. I know that you are getting ready to defend that world championship that you won last year in Fort Worth at the SCA World Championship last year. That young lady was the first female to ever win the SCA Championship, also the youngest to win it as well. So it's going to be interesting, and I will be over there. We're coming in on Friday morning early, probably around 6:30. We're going to try to get there. I think gates open at 7. At least I think that's what they did last year. And we're going to be there doing some filming, and you can't ever tell. We just may film another Clash of the Titans in the parking lot like we did last year when Marissa went head-to-head with her brother Matt and beat him in the parking lot. It was an absolute great time. And we've had so many people asking about us to replay the Clash of the Titans that we filmed. So it is a very good possibility, maybe over these next 3 weeks, we may actually re-air the BBQ Champs Clash of the Titans. When we had Terry Roan going up against Matt Overson in the first round, we had John Lindsay going up against Shauna Rapolo in the second round. And then we had in the final round John and Terry head-to-head in a competition. It was a really cool event. A lot of people loved it, thought we did a great job on the production, and a lot of people said it was as good or better than BBQ Pitmaster. So we're thinking about re-airing that. If you have, it's been about a year. I think we aired it about this time last year. I remember it was right before the World Finals, and we may re-air it so people can see it. It was a lot of fun, and we may have an after party after like we did last year. It'll be a lot of fun, a lot of excitement leading up to the SCA World Championship cook-off. Let's see, there's Mr. Paul. Appreciate you being with us tonight. And David Glass, thank you for being here as well. Well, going to make a real quick announcement. We really do like everybody, if you're looking for rubs and stuff like that, please consider these folks. They've got some great rubs. They have partnered with us for the last, I guess, 2.5 years. We've got some new ones as well. But we are certainly appreciate of Danny Helm with Be Extreme Barbecue, B&B Charcoal, Lone Star Barbecue Pro Shop, Mr. Brian Crawford. And he's got some great rubs, his Crawford Barbecue Pit products. Mr. Wild Bill, Texas Select Seasonings, got a great line of rubs. He sent me more the other day that I hadn't ever tried, and like, oh my gosh, these rubs are awesome. David with Gunnar Wilhelm Knives. I got them right back behind my head back there. I absolutely love those knives. If you're ever looking for another knife set to get, I highly recommend the Lightning Pro Cut series. They are absolutely a phenomenal knife. Also, steakrubs.com, Mr. John Lindsay and Ronald Burns got a great website up and starting to get more. They're going to start to get more rubs in, so be looking for that. My good buddy, Mr. Dustin Stanley at the Barbecue Store down in Hempstead, Texas, carries a ton of rubs, fast shipping as well. Raider Red Meats, if you're needing meats, this is part of the Texas Tech University. And the money that they make off of their market that they have a meat market. They have a scholarship money that goes to students in need down at Texas Tech. So give them the support as well. And last but not least, Daigle's Barbecue sauces. They got some wonderful glazes as well. If you have never tried them, I highly suggest that you do. They are absolutely wonderful products. Daigle's barbecue sauce. Well, without further ado, we got the man, the myth, the legend that everybody wants to be like, Mr. Lee Hickel with Redmule's Badass Barbecue. Lee, I'm getting ready to bring you in the house. I don't know if you're ready, but if you are, Let's see if we can get you on.
I'll
Hey, buddy,
behave.
how are
Yeah,
you doing?
I'm on one of these donkey
All
chairs.
right. That's all. You're good. Don't worry about it. You looking great. Uh-oh. We lost you. Everything's big. There we go.
Donkey chairs. Yes,
Okay. Are
sir.
you on Wi-Fi or are you still on your cell service?
I'm on cell service. I'll behave.
Okay. Okay. Well, all of a sudden we started losing you there for a second, and I know the whole time I've had you on, it's been perfect. Now it's trying to freeze up a little bit, but let's just see if we can ease on through this. So, uh-oh. He may try to log off. I told these guys sometimes if they get where it locks up, just pop back in, and we'll get him back in. In the meantime, we got Mr. Tim Woodward. Hey, Tim. Hope you are doing well, brother. And James, let's see, Monty, Jamie, who else? We got Jamie Garza. Thank you for being here. And I see Lee is trying to pop back in. So one thing about the live shows, sometimes this happens. We've had him on for probably 15 minutes before we started. We was just talking about some stuff and didn't have a lick of trouble. As a matter of fact, had a really good internet connection. So, there he is. All right, let's try this again. Now, Lee, you there, buddy? Oh, now, come on.
I can see me. I don't know where Mike is.
Well, I'm on here. I don't know what's going on.
I can see you now.
Okay. I think it's just your connection. All of a sudden, it's just got, maybe your cell service just got, it dropped a bar or so. But let's see if we can push through this. It's just getting really, really sketchy. And we don't have a good cell signal. It's what it looks like, Lee.
I have 5 bars on my cell signal.
Well, that's weird. Okay, it seems to be working now. Guys, just
hello,
give
everybody.
us just a second. There we go. We're gonna get him back on here. So, witness protection program. That's what it is. I love that, Brent.
That's right.
Lee's an awesome guy. Took a class with him. The ribs were unbelievable. Okay, Richard took your class. I think Lee went up there and. Wasn't it outside of Georgia at the end of the year, the first part of January, Lee?
Right. To Atlanta.
Atlanta, that's where it was.
The Jarvis Foundation, Brian and Ellen Jarvis.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
I taught a rib class there. 20 pit masters come from all over. Fried barbecue. Now, look, I cannot see any comments on my phone. I don't see anything. Only way I can see it when Mike puts your name on the screen.
I'll pop anybody that posts stuff. I will definitely get them up. Paul said it looks like he finally got rid of the.
That's a good looking trophy too.
Yeah. I see he got rid of that beard too. So he did get rid of the beard.
I did. Do I look a little bit younger now?
A little bit younger, no doubt. Oh goodness!
Yeah,
is he locking up on Is he locking up on everybody's screen, or is it just on mine? I'm just kind of curious.
Let me just switch locations then.
He's going to try to move around a little bit and see if we can get a better spot.
Move around.
Maybe we'll get in a better spot. Yes, you are locking up on everybody's screen. Yeah. Okay. Give him just a second. It seems like it's doing pretty good now. So.
How about here?
Yeah, that seems to be doing good. No more Santa Lee. Yes, he's locking up. Okay, there we go. We'll give this a try. This seems to be a little bit better. And we'll kind of go from there. All right. So, Lee Hickel, Redmule's Badass Barbecue. Just to let everybody know, we had Lee Hickel here in the Shreveport area the second week in January for a BCA competition up in Blanchard, Louisiana, about 15 miles from my house. And asked Lee if he would be interested in coming in and updating his recipes. As you know, Lee was hot and heavy on the KCBS circuit last year, cooking all over the country. Lee, how did you finish up in the 4 meats, brisket, ribs, pork butt, and chicken?
Let's see. For KCBS, my first year, I had a 3rd place overall in the pork butt, 4th in brisket, 7th rib, 14th in chicken. And I finished up 15th overall. Man, in the rankings.
That's incredible. First year cooking in KCBS and got 3 of the meats in the top 10, and 1 of them was just outside. You was way behind in chicken at the beginning of the year. and you just
Right.
about pulled that chicken back up into the top 10. So you finally
Yeah,
got
the
to
good
working
thing in
on a recipe.
KCBS recognizes the top 15, so I did squeeze in the top 15, so I was very thankful. But yeah, chicken kicked my butt all year long,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I finally got it more
Half
consistent.
the first half of the year anyway. That's for sure. So
Right.
let's see. Got James Dotson in here. Got Kent here.
What's going
Appreciate
on,
you being
James?
here, Kent. Anyway, well, we got him into town for the BCA cook-off, and he had said, is there a way that I can go in and do some updates on my class? And I was like, well, look, all I got to do is get the film guys, and if you can squeeze out a little bit of time Friday morning, we'll get over here Friday morning bright and early, and we'll film you doing an update on what you done, because you had changed a few things, especially on ribs and pork butt. Small
Right.
little tweaks on brisket, and did a KCBS class for how to trim and the injections that you're using now and the rubs and the whole 9 yards. We did everything except cook it. We kind of talked through that process, but we went through the entire recipes for brisket, ribs, pork butt, and chicken. And Lee has updated all of his recipes now of what he is running. And Lee, tell us a little bit about what you've got going on here.
Yeah, so it's only right, right? So all the alumni that bought the class off of Barbecue Champs Academy, and even those in the future, I mean, I don't want to be the dog left outside or the old toy in the closet. I want to be relative in barbecue.
Right.
So I did real well, 19 and 20, and I did pretty good my first year doing KCBS for 21. So I did have to make some adjustments along the way to meet the KCBS flavor profile. Just a little bit, just some adjustments, some tweaks. Not everything worked 100% like I cooked in 19 and 20. So I thought it was only fair to everybody who had purchased a class and those here in the future. Why don't I go ahead and just do an update what I'm doing right now, so that way everybody gets 100%. And look, guys, those who bought the class before, there's no additional charge to buy this update. It's all
Yeah.
included. You've already bought it. Just go to my page on Barbecue Champs Academy,
And
and it's there. Just click
yeah.
on the tab and
When
just watch all my updates.
Yeah, when you log into your account, you're going to see that it's going to be. I think he listed it as the last one, so it's just going to say 2020 updated recipes for brisket, for pork butt, for ribs, and then it's got a KCBS chicken thigh trim and recipe. So anyway, it's a pretty neat deal that we did, and it was really funny. Lee, he said, "Look, they see exactly how my injections and all that stuff." He made a minor little tweak in the injection, if I remember, and the injection amount's the same. How you do it, but you said, "I do want to grab
Right.
a rack of ribs, and I'm going to show them how to put the rubs on, because the rubs are completely different." I think almost everything was different in the class on ribs, except maybe one rub, and the wrap process is a little bit different, but I don't know if you knew it, and maybe you remember it, but I was sitting there listening, and we got all the rubs on, and you said that rib's going to win first place tomorrow. And I didn't. I
Right.
think I remembered you
Right.
saying it, and I don't even remember if I reacted to it. And I was like, yeah, okay, okay. I said something like that,
Yes.
and but he flat said that. He said that this rib's going to win first place tomorrow. And I was like, man, that's a bold statement to be making with 42, 43 teams coming in from Texas and Louisiana, and some of the best cooks there is. And so they're calling out ribs, and
They were
Lee and I
perfect.
are. Yeah, Lee and I are sitting there, and they're calling the numbers out, and I think I had like a seventh place rib or something, and they get on up second place rib. I'm looking at Lee, and he said, "Oh, they're good." I was like, "Wow." He said, "Oh,
Yeah.
they're really good." I feel pretty confident, and sure enough, they called first place rib. Lee Hickel said, "Yep, that's me. Let me go get my trophy." I was like, "Wow,
That's
how
right.
about that?" Got up there and got his trophy. So,
And
but yeah,
it's okay to be cocky, but it was just Mike, it was just you and I talking to each other during
it
that
was, it
award
was.
ceremony. So nobody, I was only
No,
just kind of jib and jabbing you.
we
But
was.
when you have a good product, you have a good product.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, it's not like he has a lack of confidence, Paul. That's for sure. So, so
They were good,
anyway,
Paul. They were good.
and then that was in Blanchard, and then about 3 weeks later, you make the drive about 150 miles south of Shreveport down to Marksville, a very, very tough place to get calls. It's one of the hardest competitions to consistently do well. And you get down there. You've never cooked in Marksville before. It's a tough, tough place to cook. You never know what the judges want. But you got down there, and I guess when you felt pretty good. And this was a very unique competition. It was, you drew a number, you got a bag, you went in a trailer, and you got a bag of food. 2 chickens,
Right.
2 racks of ribs, and normally you get a
And one
select brisket. But they didn't have select briskets this year. They didn't have enough for all the teams. They only had prime. So this was the first year that they ever gave y'all a prime brisket. Usually you get a select. And you grabbed a bag, you went to your trailer, you started doing all your stuff to it. And I'm fixing to make a post up here that Bill Purvis said, but you turned in your chicken, you turned in your ribs, thought you had a pretty good rib. You took a bite of your brisket. You walked by Bill Purvis and you said, yeah, I got a first place brisket here. And then I think you told Jerry Valley, it doesn't matter, guys, but I'm just letting you know I've got a first place brisket here. So anyway, he told 2 or 3 people that, and I'd be dadgum if Lee Hickel didn't get a first place brisket down in Marksville, the first time ever cooking down there. So far, 2 competitions. You've had a first place brisket call. You had another call, I think, you had a first place rib, a 4th or 5th place in brisket, and a
4th brisket.
A 4th brisket, got reserve grand champion there. Yeah. And then the next weekend, you went down to, or 3 weeks later, you went down to Marksville. You had a first place brisket. And I think you finished 7th or 8th overall?
6th.
6th overall. Okay. So far, overall. 6th place overall. So far, Lee's been doing pretty good. First place brisket, first place rib, Grant RGC. Things have been going pretty well for him. And then 6th place overall. I know the next competition is going to be down in Bow Bridge, just outside of Lafayette, for another BCA competition. From what I understand, there's going to be 50 to about at least 50 teams is what it looks like. So he's already signed up for that. I'm going to be at that one as well. I've been pretty fortunate. I didn't get a chance to cook with Lee very much in 2019 or 2020. 2021 was a complete waste because he was on the KCBS tour. That's a good spot. Stay right there and don't move.
Got it. I'm outside.
And it's got a just don't move. It's perfect right where you are. But I'm getting a chance to cook with Lee quite a bit this year, and I told him I want to try to cook with him a lot. Lee's a great guy, and I want to go head-to-head with the best. He knows I run my own stuff, and he runs his, and I've got his class, but I'm too damn bullheaded. I don't care about his class. I'm gonna beat you with my stuff. If I can't beat him by mid-year, then I may have to switch over. So
yeah, Mike, you haven't beat me yet with your stuff, so you might want to step up your game.
I might need to step up a little bit. So
take a class.
Take a class or two. I got a few to choose from, so
yeah.
Oh, anyway, but it's been fun so far. Let me look through here. Tim Woolridge had a 2nd place rib right behind Lee. That was at Blanchard. Yep, the Babe Ruth of barbecue. That is absolutely for sure. He just is a slugger. So anyway, but if you have bought Lee's class, you can log into the classes, and if you've already bought them, you're going to be able to see the updates that he has made. We did a brisket update, which was very minor little tweaks on that. A complete new recipe for ribs, a complete new recipe for pork butt. And since Lee did not do a KCBS chicken thigh in his class, he showed you how to trim the chicken thigh. He did it on his private Facebook page that we have for him, but we wanted to get it in the class. But we really went into the kind of the details. He trimmed it. He talked about a new injection that he's using for it, a new rub that you're using. We talked about the cooking process. The cooking process was very simple, so we felt like there was just no reason to have to cook them. It's a 2-hour cook, and we explained it. We showed pictures. So that was really cool. We had pictures of what he had already cooked, so we showed you some before, during, and after. and even took pictures of all his KCBS boxes as well. So these are going to be great classes, Lee, especially with CBA now having pork. You was very, very strong in pork. Matter of fact, you finished, that was your highest overall meet, wasn't it? Was it pork?
Right. Third overall.
Third
Yep,
overall, yeah.
and the ribs were fourth. So
And
for
ribs
some
were fourth.
reason, pork was a lot better for me.
Yeah. Hey, you didn't do bad though with brisket. What did you finish with brisket?
Seventh,
Yeah,
seventh overall.
that's still not bad, man. Come on, let's face it. That's pretty awesome with the amount of teams in KCBS. So what's on tap for Lee for 2022? What's your game plan? What are you trying to achieve? Where are you going to be cooking mostly, and what you going to do?
Yeah, that's a good question, and I feel kind of bad because I really haven't looked too far ahead of the schedule. I know I'm going to cook all the BCA cook-offs. I think there's 13 total between
Okay.
January and
January and
December.
December.
So I'll do all those.
Okay.
In between, I'll do whatever, Lone Star, BCA, CBA, anything in between. KCBS is just so far out there. I mean, I'd love to go back on the East Coast, and man, I met a lot of good people. I mean, a lot of good people. They brought me in. We all became family, and just amazing group of people out there. So it's just too far for me to run that hard. I had, the last 6 weeks of the KCBS 2021 season, I had 4 reserve grand champions. The last 6 weeks of the year. So I was really buckling down, pushing hard, and I finished 5 grands and 2 grands, 5 reserves for the year out of the 42 cook-offs. So I'm going to kind of back off a little bit, on KCBS. There's a couple coming to Texas. I'll do a couple of those.
Right.
But I'm still going to knock out 30 cook-offs this year. But it's going to be between Lone Star, IBCA, BCA, and CBA.
And maybe some outlaw. I know you're going to do one of the
maybe some outlaw.
Outlaws,
right?
Yeah.
Which is the new one in Texas. But Texas is so big, guys. I mean, I can still drive 9 hours and still be in Texas from where I'm at.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I've got coming up. I'll go ahead and tell you. I'm a believer in taking classes. I like to continue my education. So there's a couple of Texas teams. We're flying up Saturday to go take Joe Pierce's barbecue class in Kansas City. Slaps barbecue.
Yeah.
I'll be the first one to admit it. I'm going to go up there and learn and see what Joe Pierce is doing. When you got second in the world teaching a class, it only makes sense. The price is right. I'm going to take it. Right. And then I'll be back on Monday. And then I was honored and blessed to be asked to cook ribs for Pitmaker. Pitmaker owns 6 Pitmakers. They're a company out of Houston, and I strongly support everything about Pitmaker barbecue pits. And they called and asked if I can cook their ribs for them.
Oh, wow! What an honor!
I'd be honored to cook, because last year I had 3 of my pitmasters go up on the stage as a finalist. That took my class.
Yeah.
And then love you too, man. Love you too. There's a big truck going by right now. Sorry about that. I'm outside my office.
There you go.
Can't get reception inside. We got new Sparklight internet over here. And it ain't worth a darn. So
it's good right now.
And then Paul, man, I had tears in my eyes when Paul Holden called me up. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to spill the beans, I don't know. But from Willingham Barbecue, he called me up and asked if I can come over to Memphis in May and be part of Team Willingham Barbecue.
Oh wow!
And help them cook pork shoulder. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything. I don't know, but you know what? I'm honored to get that phone call from them. I think they've cooked it 38 out of 40 years.
Wow.
At Memphis in May. So they're a legacy team, and he called me to go over there and help support his team on pork shoulder.
Right.
And I'm honored just for Paul to give me a call to go over there and represent Willingham Barbecue.
That is awesome. I've never even been to the Memphis in May. I never have. I've always wanted to go, and my wife Suzette was asking, well, have you thought about going this year? And I was like, I hadn't really even thought about it. But yeah, that place just seems like it is just absolute, just amazing. I've never been, but it sure looks like it is a big party, a big time, and a lot of amazing cooks there. So
for 2 legacy teams that reached out to me the last couple weeks to go cook for them, I mean, guys, I really from my heart appreciate it. I mean, just a few years ago, I was really burning meat or undercooking meat, didn't know what I was doing, and it just worked out for me. So I'm blessed to have so many friends and good people out there have their faith in me. So
Yeah. Well,
I appreciate it.
Paul said we are honored to have you. So he absolutely didn't care that you went on ahead and got it out there. So you got a good one. Let's see what Candace says. Memphis in May is an amazing adventure. You must experience it at least once. Yeah. Seems like it's a pretty neat deal. So, Kerry says he's going to see you in Houston. So you got a couple big ones. Yeah. Hold your horses. That's it. Yeah. And, talking about Houston, I think it was last year before last. I can't remember when it was that you was cooking and you made a few little changes in your rib recipe from your class because you knew so many people had taken your class. You didn't want to cook exactly the same, so you made a few changes. You ended up being 30th, 40th, 50th, I don't know, but you had 3 of your students that took your class that was in the top 10, wasn't it?
It was. I brought them some of my ingredients that I used. They were short, so I knew they were going to run the recipe. So I made some tweaks last minute, and I shouldn't have had. I should have ran my recipe, but hey, they were up on stage as a top 10 finalist. So I was on
finalist. Yeah, that was pretty awesome. So the question is, Lee, are you going to cook what you're doing, or are you going to change something else?
I'm not changing anything.
There you go. You
change anything.
You cook what got you there, brother. So that everybody that's taking your class now, they're going to run out there. They're going to go watch this new updated video, and it is a completely updated recipe on ribs for sure. And they're going to end up showing up. Probably a lot of them is going to be at Houston. You're going to be cooking against your ribs anyway. But this time you're going to cook your recipe and just keep right on trucking with it. It's a good recipe, so there is no doubt. There is no doubt. Let's see. I'm waiting for that coffee.
I only had 2 grands for KCBS last year. I'm going to say only. I'm very happy for that. A lot of people cook for many years and don't have any grands. So
yeah,
I really want to get to the Jack Daniels cook-off, and I was really hoping with 2 bungs in from Georgia and West Virginia, that they would feel, there's a Texas guy with 2 bungs in the Jack draw, but it didn't work out. The drawing was right. I mean, West Virginia got their perfect cook, and so did Georgia. But
right.
I want 7. I want 7 bungs. That's my only guarantee. But the problem is, you got to get 7 bungs, right? You got to get 7 grand champions for Jack qualifiers. Yeah. And a lot of people may not know, but in Texas, you have to have 50 teams or more at that cook-off to be a Jack qualifier.
Right.
And not every single cook-off is 50. There are, some have a couple hundred, but Texas has so many cook-offs every given weekend, it kind of draws away from another cook-off. But I got to get 50.
Yeah.
Thank you, Richard.
Or got to get 7. You got to get your 7.
7, yeah. But 50
got to get your 7. Yeah, got to get your 7. Yeah, the only way that you can assure to get to the Jack is to get your 7. I told Lee, I said, I'm going to make a push for it. So I'm probably going to be cooking almost all the BCAs as well. So he and I got to duke it out, and I'm sure a few others as well. And Jerry Valley's done got off to an amazing start. Congratulations to Jerry Valley. He's already got back-to-back GCs in Louisiana. He won Blanchard and went down to Marksville and won Marksville. And Jerry is an unbelievable cook. Matter of fact, he got the draw last year, Brady got the draw out of Louisiana. And I think the year before that, I think it was Jerry Valley that got the draw for the Jack. And I don't remember if he had an automatic bid. If somebody knows, post it. But I don't remember if he got it. I don't think he got an automatic bid. I think he had 4 or 5 bungs in there and got the draw. I think the year before that, Adam Gotro got his 7 and had the automatic draw to go. So
I'm just thankful I'm still ranked 2nd in the state of Louisiana right now.
There you go. So, man,
it's only been 2 cook-offs, but hey, I'm still happy.
You'll take it, that's for sure. So,
I want to give kudos also to Bill Purvis on that cook-off.
Yes,
he reserved grand champion.
He got reserve. Grand champion. He sure did. So I was going to talk a little bit about
this past weekend in spring. You got Philip Breeden, number 1, and you got Robert Smith, first class barbecue.
Yeah.
Reserved, Adam Martinez, and then chicken fried barbecue fourth. So
Yep. Yep.
a lot of good cooks did real good
Oh,
this
there's no
weekend.
doubt. No doubt. Bill has been on an absolute tear. He's the only guy that I've ever seen that can walk away from a competition and not be RGC, and then, Tuesday get a phone call, hey, you're RGC. So, when they were calling awards out the other day, I was like, hey, guys, don't hold your breath yet. I was like, yeah, I mean, y'all don't get to celebrating too much. Bill may get a phone call on Tuesday. So, but
Yeah.
Bill is just unbelievable. I mean, the guy is just a freaking cooking machine. So anytime he shows up and throw coals in a pit, you better be on your A game because he's there to kick your butt. So,
You
but
bet.
yeah, congratulations to him, Phil Breeden, and Robert Smith. Robert and Phil, man, they were duking it out in spring. That was a
Right.
really big cook-off, and I forgot how many teams they had. I can't remember. 42, I think 38 or 42 teams. It's a tough cook-off, stack field as well, And Robert's just been on fire. I mean, last year he kind of cooled off just a touch. I really wouldn't say he cooled off. It's just it was unbelievable what he was doing. I mean, just like every competition he was going to, he was winning. I think he ended up with 20 RGCs last year, and which is amazing. And he's finally just cooled off a little bit and showed that he's he can be beat, but you better bring everything you got if you're going to beat him, because he sure is there to swing for the fences and knock it out the park. That's for sure.
Right.
So
Right. Yeah.
anyway,
After the 2021 KCBS season, I mean, let's face it, I did 42 cook-offs during the cooking season. Then I did the 2 out of Oklahoma for the banquet, and that
right,
was a doubleheader. That was 44 cook-offs in 10 months.
right.
I was burned out, Mike. I'm not gonna lie, I burned myself
Oh yeah,
out.
yeah,
I mean, nightmares are dreams also. I mean, yeah, I was living the dream of going out on the road and flying home every 2 weeks and flying back out, but it's hard. Not
yeah.
gonna lie, it does wear you out. I mean, yeah, I got to go through 23 states and see different things I'd never seen before, different, historical museums and sites and
Right,
trails and
right.
stuff like that. But everybody should do at least a couple months of it, at least 1 month.
Oh, yeah.
Take your family out and do
Yeah.
it. Just too hard. It was too
Yeah.
hard. So I took 2.5 months off. I mean, I don't know. I just kind of disappeared. I didn't do any social media. I just quit cooking. I just had to reset my mind
Right.
and just take a
Get
break
ready.
from it.
Yeah.
Really,
Get ready.
for
Get ready
for January. And so I've come out with a new pit. New rig, new pit. I've got a 34-foot gooseneck Forest River competition rig I bought from Noel K. I've got a Pitmaker safe I got from Jason Singletary out of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And I put those together. I got a Traeger, and I have the safe in my barbecue rig. So I'm changing my profile of cooking. Not my profile, but my cooking setup.
Cooking process, right?
And man, though anything Pitmaker is amazing. I'll say the very first time I used that Pitmaker safe was in Blanchard, Louisiana. First place rib, fourth place brisket.
Yeah.
Reserve grand champion. And then I used it again and got a first place brisket the next time.
Yeah.
So it's a whole different technique that I'm cooking with. But I want to be a better pit master. I want to learn on different pits. Say I've got 6 different Pitmaker pits, and I want to learn all of them.
Right.
I want to know how to use them all, not just focus on one. It's just my little things that I want to do. I mean, I have a slew of barrels, also some drums. At home I cook with them, but I know drums have a really good flavor profile, and they do good. But I'm not ready to cross over to drums yet.
Right. Right.
So I still want to work. I went from an offset. Now I'm under a vertical smoker.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's doing well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I think if you can control a fire, keep your temperatures consistent, use a good fuel. I say use B&B charcoal, and you was asking me like, man, I'm almost. I remember you was asking like, I'm cooking on a safe. I've never done it, and I was like, just if you can control your fire and your heat, I think you're going to be all right. I really don't. I
had to call Pitmaker, and I talked to George for about 2 hours on how do I run this thing. I've never sparked it up. I don't know what to do, and he told me how to run it. Which anything that Pitmaker does is they'll give you a class. They'll
Right.
tell you how to run their
How to
pit.
set
They
it
want
up.
you to be
Right.
successful. Even though I bought it secondhand, I still called George, and they walked me through every process I needed to do. So, man, you're talking about just customer service from Pitmaker.
Yeah.
And also right here, B&B Charcoal.
Yeah.
So 19 and 20, I ran Vaughn Wood, Pecan Wood, and I still love Justin's Wood. Um, but I ran out during my season, and B&B Charcoal. Well, it's Ed Riley back then. He came
Right.
along and he kept supplying me with B&B Charcoal, different kinds until we finally narrowed down that I'm going to use the lump
Right.
hickory. So I finished out KCBS with B&B sponsoring me, and I ran the green bag.
Right.
I got nothing to hide with it. I mean, everybody saw me
Yeah.
using it, green
Right.
bag,
Right.
lump hickory, and
Yep.
it's working perfect now. So thank you B&B for everything you've done for the last year, and they picked me up again this year for a
Great.
proud sponsor. So, man, kudos to you guys. Thank you so much. And
That's
and
awesome.
Cosmo Q competition. My hat is actually inside my office. I had to come
Yeah.
outside to
Yeah.
get better reception, but I would do a little intermission change here to
Yeah.
Cosmo.
Yeah.
Thank you, Darian. Cosmo Q products. They really got great products.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
thank you for their sponsorship.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. There's no doubt, man. It's good to have good companies behind you, and we got a lot of great companies with all of our partners. There's a whole host of them down here. We couldn't do what we do without these guys' help, and their support and carrying so many of the rubs and stuff that's used in our class, and that's why we like to give them props. I mean, we appreciate them. And I had somebody today that took Robert's class and he was trying to find a rub. He's like, "Man, where do I find this rub?" I was like, "Just it's go to the barbecue store, here." I mean, I knew that he
so
had it, and click the link. I mean, all we have all of those logos directly to every one of these partners that we have. As you're watching the class and you say, "Hey, I need this rub," you just click the link. It's right up underneath it to barbecue store or Lone Star Barbecue Pro Shop, or if you're buying straight from Butcher or you're buying straight from whoever, you got links that you can go right to these classes and just start adding them to your cart. So we try to make it easy for our customers, and we really appreciate our partners for carrying all the product that you guys are using in the class, so these guys can have a one-stop shop to get everything. So it's really a unique deal, and we're
yeah,
really blessed.
when I was gone for 10 months, I really, really, really need to thank two barbecue supply stores that really. I mean, without them, you can't go out there and cook. For me, it was a Lone Star Barbecue Store, Brian Crawford's
Mm-hmm.
out of Helotes, Texas, and Ellen and Brian Jarvis, the Atlanta Barbecue Store.
Right.
I mean, between both Brians, Brian Jarvis, Brian Crawford, and
Right.
Ellen Jarvis, became family.
Yeah.
When you network and you work with these suppliers day, man, I mean, I wasn't having to email. I wasn't having to say, hey, give me what it's going to cost me. Here's my credit card. Keep it on file. And when I order it, just bill it, ship it, whatever it's going to cost. It costs. I have to have it
Right.
anyway,
Right.
right? To compete,
Right.
just send it to me.
Yep.
So without the supply stores
Oh
of
yeah. We can't
Lone
do what
Star
we do.
Barbecue and Atlanta Barbecue Store, there's no way I could have kept up with it. And as well, I know I'm kind of babbling, but Andy Lugo with Meat Hustler,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have to worry about one piece of meat. He'll supply chicken, brisket, ribs, and pork butt trimmed, ready to go for competition.
Right.
So Andy Lugo, I mean, man, I love you like anything else. Thank you so much for making sure all my meat was vetted, inspected before it was even shipped to me. So when I got it, I knew I can just cut the
Open it
cryovac
up.
and I'm ready to start cooking. And
There
he's
you go.
like that for all of his customers, not just
Yeah.
me. I didn't have what's that? The State Farm privilege, whatever that commercial is, where
Oh
we get
yeah.
the,
Yeah.
whatever that is for being a
Yeah.
superstar. I'm not a superstar, but everybody gets the same royal treatment. So thank you, Andy
Right.
Lugo.
There you go. There you go. If anybody's got any questions for Lee, let us know. Like I said, we just released his new 2022 recipe updates for his online barbecue classes. If you have bought his classes, you've got them for free. We didn't charge you anything for it. We have actually got some other folks as well that we are in the talks with. So we are a very good possibility that we're going to try to get almost all of our cooks to come back in and see if we can get them to come in and do an update. So this is something that we feel like we can just continue to keep educating people. There's nobody that you can go in and take a class and then come back and just get it for free, right? But you are on BBQ Champs Academy, and you've always got the classes to go back and you can look at, and you can look at over and over and over. And we're trying to show people that the value with the online classes is just absolutely phenomenal. I have had so many people that tell me that once they go back, they can go look at the class. They've been to in-person classes. In-person classes has got their place as well. But you'll never remember what you remember like an online class, because you can go back, you can keep looking, you can see what you missed. What did I miss? What did I do wrong? And, you know, I got a guy that took a state class the other day, and he said, man, I've watched that thing 4 times. I hadn't even got into I'm just still looking at the trim like, my gosh, they're blowing my mind of all the different things they're doing, and I see something a little different every time. And so I appreciate you coming and doing that, Lee. And like I said, we're in the process of reaching out to others. Just to let everybody know, and I know a lot of people have been waiting on Mark Lambert doing his Memphis in May class. If everything goes well and the hog comes in the right size this time, we tried this a couple weeks ago. If he gets his hog on Friday, he'll be here Sunday, and we're going to film Mark Lambert doing his Memphis in May class, which is going to be a whole hog, pork shoulder, and baby back ribs. And Mark has told me as well that while I'm there, I am going to go ahead and do an update on my 2022 recipes on my main class of brisket, ribs, pork butt, and chicken, just like what Lee did. So they're coming. Please give us some time. I mean, everybody knew at the competition Lee did it. Like, when they gonna be out? Is it out? It's like, guys, you got to understand. We got to get the film. It's got to go to the studio. We got 2 cameras. We got to process it. We're still shooting this at the same level. I got to go through. I put all the pop-up notes like you're used to seeing. I put pop-up notes on everything, and then I had to get with my web guy. We had to get them uploaded into the website. It takes a little while to do it. It took us 3 or 4 weeks to get all that stuff done. But it's coming. But I know a lot of people have been interested in Mark Lambert's Memphis in May class. We're going to film, Lord willing, this coming weekend. It's going to probably take 3 to 4 weeks to get that class done, processed, page built, and get it out. Our going plan is to try to get it out in plenty of time ahead of Memphis in May, where you can literally learn. Mark is a 4-time Memphis in May world champion. So there's a lot to learn from that man right there. I got a lot of people that have been interested in his class.
Hey, Mike, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
You know, you had the Clash of the Titans with the steak guys. How about us barbecue guys?
Yeah, we've definitely have thought about doing a competition where we're doing a couple of different. Yeah.
Say it, Mike.
Yeah.
Say it.
Yeah. I'm gonna let that one pass. Lee, freaking Lee Hickel. Me last year, West Virginia. Hello, Lee Hickel.
Yeah, met him.
Oh, goodness gracious. But yeah, we have definitely been interested in trying to get a Clash of the Titans where we get some of our barbecue guys going head to head against each other as well. So that is something that, you know, I need to find out which barbecue guys want to come in and do it. And obviously that would be a 2-day shoot. We did that in 1 day because the steaks cook so much faster. So we would probably have to have, you know, 4 teams come in, 2 cook. We could probably get that done in 1 day, and then the next day, whoever wins goes head to head in an all-out epic duel. So, yeah.
Nice.
Anyway, let's see what else we got here. Hey, Lee, come to North Texas and join us at an old school event, Outlaw Barbecue. Yep, I've already done. I kind of twisted his arm a little bit, and I said, "No, look, don't be scared to come up here around my neck of the woods. You know, we got Gilmer coming up. Don't be too scared. Don't be just doing all these BCAs. We need to get you in some outlaws." And he's like, "Are you calling me out?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm calling you out. You know, like, come on. I can't beat the best if I don't cook against the best." So, and this is gonna be a stack field. I know they're gonna have at least 50 to 60 teams there. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So I think Lee is going to be cooking Gilmer. I've already sent him the information to get signed up. I'll keep twisting his arm to make sure he doesn't forget. So, but there is some great ones there. Let's see what else we got. These classes are great. Just registered for our first competition in April and can't wait to use all the techniques from these videos. Thank you, Justin. I appreciate it. Please let people know. You know, if you have taken any of our classes and these guys are giving you updates for free, it's not costing you anything to get them. We had talked about charging a little extra for them. But what we want for in return is that you go out and you tell people about these classes, because we have to spend a lot of money advertising to get just the few select people that's competition people, right? We're advertising on Facebook. You see us on Instagram a lot. And, you know, you got to find the right person that wants it. Yeah, we sell some backyard barbecue classes here and there as well. But, you know, the word of mouth of people shouting out last year, the SCA just... The people that took our state classes were phenomenal. They would walk the stage. They would give shout-outs to BBQ Champs Academy. That hasn't happened as much this year. There's a lot of people that's done very well. But, look, we would appreciate if you've taken classes from us, give us a shout-out. Go on social media. If you walk, you did good. You know, thanks to whoever's class you took at BBQ Champs Academy, and let people know. That's how we're going to continue to be able to update classes and do things for you and try to keep you on the cutting edge of what these guys are doing, right? That's what we're trying to do, and we're trying to do it where it doesn't even cost you anything. But in return, help us out a little bit and let somebody know, because, you know, a lot of times, it wasn't in the beginning, especially, they were on the fence. Well, you know, how good are they? Yeah, are they really giving us everything? Yeah, they're giving you everything and then some. So, but help us out.
You know, at least a little thank you, BBQ Champs Academy.
Right.
Anything, you know.
Anything. Any of that stuff helps. Any of that stuff helps. Oh, let's see here. I just went past that. Let's see. Memphis in May class. Take my money. Yes,
no doubt.
It's gonna be good. So, Lee, are you doing any competitions in the Northeast this year?
No, not on my calendar. My only one going east is going to be in Alabama, and that's going to be a BCA in June, the 1st of June. Otherwise, I don't have anything lined up.
Okay. All right. Clash of the Titans. That would be a great comedy and great barbecue. Yep. We've
sure.
It was a blast last year. I think we're going to re-air that starting maybe next Tuesday is my game plan. So the Clash of the Titans that we did for the steak stuff was amazing. Gordon, I think you saw us do that. I'm almost positive you did. If you didn't,
yeah, but he's saying barbecue.
Oh yeah, Clash of the Titan barbecue. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, it would be a lot of fun. That's something that we are definitely thinking about doing. Do you ever do events in New York? I know you've never been that far, so
yeah. Well, I think New York was shut down anyway, so
yeah,
I couldn't get up there.
Yeah. Are you cooking, smoking on the Rio barbecue cook-off?
No. So is that this weekend? This weekend I'll be in Kansas City, Kansas, taking Joe Pierce's class, and then I'm cooking for Pitmaker at the rodeo, ribs. So that cook-off, the Rio, is one of those 2 weekends. I don't know which one it is, but no, I'm not.
Not going to be able to. Okay. Kurt calls you the Brisket Whisperer. Yeah, he's done pretty good, no doubt. Let's see.
Thank you, Kurt.
Yeah, Monty, I share Lee's posts when he posts. Yeah, we appreciate it.
Mule Skinner. He lives and cooks up there where it's 35 below.
Yeah, crazy. Manuel, Lee who?
I don't know who this Manuel guy is either. He lives up there way, way, way North Texas. Yeah. Northwest Texas.
That's funny.
Manuel's a good guy. Real good guy.
Is Lee's class a package deal, or can we order one category? No, Jackie, his classes are set up to where he does not want to sell just one class. His class is not an a la carte where you can pick and choose a class. Lee has chosen to sell all his classes at once, so we can't break them out into individual classes. And we can't even go in.
You can't do it, right?
We can't even go in and. You got to understand, I mean, everything is set up with all of our checkout carts and the system. It's just when you buy it loads every bit of the videos that he has into one. So there's no way for us to even go in. Oh, I guess I could. I could probably spend a couple $1,000s with my web guy and let him write code to pull out one class for you and put it in another. But the problem is then I've got to put a place on checkout for just that one class on your page, where yours is you don't even have an individual class. It's by all access. So it's pretty much impossible to do. So sorry, Jackie. Let's see. Hey, buddy, what's going on, man? Yeah, heck yeah, man. This guy is,
Man,
I mean, come on.
He
is awesome. I told you when you got your stuff up and going, we had to get you on here. And I know now you got your stuff going. We still got to get you on here. So if I do this Clash of the Titans, as soon as we get done with that Clash of the Titan, Vince, I need to get you on our show so we can talk to people and tell them about you. Have you used this stuff, Lee?
Hey, I reached out to Vince during my Mid-Coast tour. I said, man, I need some product. Within a week, I had a case. He didn't ask any questions. He just said, whatever you need, brother. So, Vince, love you, sir. Thank you so much.
He's awesome.
Man, he is awesome. He does a lot with the kids' barbecue and everything else. So,
yep. Let's see. What does Doug say? Well, this is awesome because I'm starting out and learning where I can. Well, appreciate it, Doug. I'll tell you what. There's a bunch of people on here that have taken classes from BBQ Champs Academy. And if you want to really, really step up your game, you can go to bbqchamps.com. We got a whole host of world champion barbecue pit masters on there. And we've even got some, if you're a backyard cooker, we've got 20 championship backyard barbecue recipes for $99. Lee, I tell you what, you want to do some kind of special? If somebody has not bought your classes, you want to do 5% off or something?
Yeah, 5 is good. Can we do 10%? And then if they buy my class,
I can
10%, then they can
get a discount on our.
You got a bunch of backyard classes. For sale too. Can we do 10% on my class and they get a discount on that backyard class?
All right. So you want to do 10? So give me just a second here. Let me get something typed up, and I will get it changed.
You can do that.
Yeah, I can do that, man. I can do that right now. Go into the website. I'm sure I've got a coupon code that I can activate. Give me just a second, guys, and we're going to get you a coupon code.
Hey, guys, so while Mike is doing this, I appreciate Mike doing that. Look, there's a real good friend of mine out there, Josh Roberts. He's out of the Anderson, South Carolina area with Hog Mafia. He's going through some serious hard times right now with his health. If you can say some prayers, him and Casey. So if you can just look, Josh Roberts out of South Carolina, just go on Facebook and find him and just give him some prayers. He really, really, really needs some prayers right now.
Okay.
So he's a really, really dear friend I met during this tour, and he needs some help for prayers.
Okay. All right. Appreciate that. We'll keep him in our prayers. Let's see. You want it all. Yeah.
What's up, David Glass?
That's it. Candace Lee's class is amazing. There you go. There's one that'll tell you. I'm too shy. Yeah, Vance, I'm too shy. Thanks, guys. Let's see. Hector, how much of your class have you tweaked? I know Q is constantly changing. Hector, this whole show, man, if you're just logging on, Lee just got through doing a complete new update on all of his classes: brisket, ribs, pork butt, and chicken. It is all new recipes. It's everything there.
Look at it right now, Hector.
If you bought Lee's class, log into his class right now, and you're going to see all 4 recipes that he has given that he is doing for 2022. New classes, new recipes. So the cooking process, we didn't cook. We just went over the recipes, and if he changed up anything in the cook, we talked about it. But you've got the recipes. Actually, ribs, he pulled out a rack of ribs and put the rub on. Same thing with the chicken. Same thing with the chicken. And so, yeah, this is definitely what you want here. So, look, if you haven't got his class and you're wanting a class, you can go to bbqchamps.com, bbqchamps.com. And you can use coupon code LEE10. Coupon code LEE10 will get you 10% off of Lee's class. I will take you directly into it where you can take a look at it. So here is Lee's class. We had to update a lot of stuff. This was 35 videos. It's now 39. It was 10 hours. Now it's over 10 and a half hours, or excuse me, over 11 and a half hours. The class is $699. And that's about an $800 savings. And this is where you go down. You can buy the full access. You get everything. You also get access to a private Facebook page. And with that private Facebook page, you can ask Lee questions directly online. This is a one-time purchase, no renewal membership. You can watch these videos anytime you want. If you got access to the internet, you're good to go. We cover ribs, we cover chicken, we cover pork butt, we cover brisket. And here is the new update. So on his ribs is a 2022 updated rib recipe. It's an 18.5-minute class. He's going to show you all the stuff that he is doing on the rubs, his injections, and all of that stuff is the same. And we cover any changes that he may have made throughout this class. Also, he has got a 2022 KCBS chicken thigh. Now, in his class, he did 2 halves for IBCA, CBA, Outlaw, BCA, Lone Star, all of those, but we did not do a KCBS class. His chicken class for halves has not changed, but this did. And now you've got a video that shows a trim and a recipe and an injection and how he injects it and which rubs he was using on his thighs, because it was completely different from this. So you've got a 38.5-minute video for there. His pork butt. He showed a little trim on a pork butt of how he is doing pork butts now. About a 13-minute video there, and then he's got about a 13.5-minute video on a update for his brisket recipe of what he is doing now. So it's a one price for every single class. It's a great deal, $699. Use coupon code LEE10. Coupon code LEE10. When you go to checkout, it does give you the option to add our backyard barbecue class, and you can add our backyard barbecue class for $79. That's 20% off of those. So it's a great way to save 10% on his class and get 20% off of our backyard barbecue classes. Lee10 is the discount code. Be sure to check it out, barbecuechamps.com.
Out of those 42 cook-offs, I had 6 first place brisket, 6 first place ribs, 7 first place pork butts, and 2 first place chickens. So
Wow.
That's going to be 1 out of every 6-7 cook-offs. I've got a first place and 3 meats.
Yeah, and then already this year, let's talk about this year. He's already got a first place rib with the rib recipe he did. When you watch the video, he's going to say, I think this rib's going to take first place tomorrow at the competition. And sure enough, it took first place at the competition. So, and then he goes off and gets a first place brisket at the next competition. So yes, his recipes are up to date and they are working. Vince gives some great stuff here with Houston coming up in a week and a half. Cooks may want to take a class to see something a little different from what they normally do. Absolutely. I'm telling you, you always have to keep learning. You never need to stop learning. So, look at who we got. We got Miss Gail in the house. Miss Gail is the owner of Daigle's Barbecue Sauce. And she's got some incredible glazes as well. It's one of our newest partners. She is rolling around here, and it is this company at the very end here. Give it just a second. Later, red meat. It's coming. Daigle sauces. It's Daigle barbecue sauces. They're down in South Louisiana, just right outside of the Lafayette area. Be sure to check them out. You can go to our website. You can click right on the website. If you're on bbqchamps.com, scroll to the bottom, and there's a link that'll take you right over to Daigle barbecue sauce. Got a lot of their stuff. Been using their stuff for years. It is absolutely phenomenal. If you haven't tried it, I'd highly suggest you take a look at it. So anyway, Justin says that is awesome what you're doing, Lee. I appreciate it. Look, man, he's talking about his new truck. Man, I can't even believe we have went over. It is at 8:06. I never go over. I always try to end my podcast at 8 o'clock, and we have just had so many people talking, asking questions. Man, I tell you what, I appreciate everybody. We had almost 40 people on here the entire time tonight, so I really, really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Use coupon code LEE10 at checkout and get 10% off of Lee's class. bbqchamps.com is the website. Lee, any final closing thoughts, brother?
No, thank you for having me on. I want to thank all of the barbecue brethren out there, family. Man, you guys are amazing. Every one of y'all. So thank you, barbecue. Barbecue is family. Thank God for every day we have of our life. It's just wonderful to compete and just Man, just meet a lot of good people. And
Absolutely.
as the famous Fred Robles would say, burn meat in the parking lot. It's a really good time.
It is. It is a fun time. That is absolutely sure. No doubt.
Thank you, Paul.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Great show. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it, Gordon. Well, I appreciate everybody being here with us tonight. Once again, please check out our partners, Lee 10, and I'll see you in Gilmer. Uh-oh. Tim may be taking your class, so, oh, hell, he's already damn deadly enough. A little tweaking here and there, and he's going to be brutal, so. Anyway, well, I appreciate everybody. Thank you so much for being here tonight. And Lee, thank you. I look really forward to being able to cook with you a lot this year. And you're a great, great friend. Lee and I talk quite often. And he is just, you just won't find anybody any nicer than this man right here. He is absolutely amazing. He is an unbelievable cook. And he got his Red Bull rolling tonight. And anyway, and like I said, we got Mark Lambert's Memphis in May class that we're going to be filming this weekend, Lord willing. Mark's going to be doing an update on his class for a 2022 update. I've also got a couple of other guys that I have talked to as well about that. So hopefully throughout the year, we're going to continue to be rolling out new classes or with the updates to their classes. Let me get that right. Update to their classes. So anyway, I appreciate everything, Lee. I think next week I'm going to be looking at perhaps trying to get the Clash of the Titan deal out. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do all that. Trying to film Mark's Memphis in May class. So let me see what I can do. If I can make it work, I will. If not, we may or may not have a podcast next week. Our game plan is to, so we'll see what we can do. But in the meantime, go out there, have a lot of fun. As we always end our classes, go out there, have a lot of fun, and smoke on.